Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
This is Conversations with the Crawleys. We do conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we do recaps, reviews of our favorite shows, or at least the show that we're watching right now, which is Ready to Love, Dallas, Fort Worth. So if this is content that you enjoy, you know what to do.
Yep. Share.
Share, like,
We are
subscribe.
so out of sync.
Y'all pray for us.
Pray
really.
for us, please.
Pray for us. Life is life, and we just finished 8 hours of doing something. We're both beat, but
passionate.
Passionate about making sure y'all get these recaps, at least this week. All right, so we pick up. We know Alexis and what's the boy's name, LaRon, and LaRon's were at the Snake. She's gone last week.
Yeah, she was X'd out.
She gone. I told y'all she was throwing people under the bus trying to last long, and it didn't work.
She pushed.
I told y'all. But ladies lounge, and Tommy's like, okay, ladies, I want y'all to really investigate, have the guys meet your ex.
Right. It's the X week.
It's the X week, right? These are done like clockwork now.
Right.
Tommy's curveballs ain't really even curving now.
Nah, it's not curving. It's a straight
shooter. All right, so Patrice invites Alonzo and William to meet her ex. And she's a little nervous.
Because he can run his mouth and say something inappropriate.
Yes, kind of like Alonzo. And she says, I found this interesting. She says, they learned to get along, which means that there was a period they really wasn't getting along.
Right.
And it might have been while they were dating.
Right.
So,
but he's married.
Yes, he's not married.
Yeah, so they're friends now.
He like, I left that life behind now. I'm good.
And he said right after her. So he's like, I learned some things.
I learned enough to know I'm not built for these streets.
And I need to get married.
Which that's a whole other topic.
It is a whole other topic.
Maybe we'll find a chance to tackle that. So anyway, he does ask the guys, are they insecure, or is there the potential for jealousy out of them?
Which I think he asks really great questions.
He asked some very good questions.
You know, I feel like he was really being the big brother for her.
Yes.
Which I appreciate when an ex can come on and really be a big brother saying, look, this is my friend. I am trying to look out for her.
Right.
And so, and the next question is like, what do you not like?
Which is a great question to ask anybody, especially if y'all considering being married.
Yes.
Because here's the thing.
They'll do that in premarital counseling.
If you go to premarital counseling. So if you don't go to premarital counseling, we provide you some free premarital counseling. But you can go ahead and hit the Cash App and go ahead and donate towards the cause. But in premarital counseling, one of the questions in Cash App, you know, so I'm throwing that in subliminally in Cash App. Buy Cash App now. But in premarital counseling, they do, one of the questions is, what do you not like about the person? Because the challenge, or the thing that sometimes happens, is that people get so in love that they lose all sense of reality.
Correct.
Right?
Right. And so you have to find, okay, it's not my deal breaker, but I don't particularly care about this in this person.
Right.
But you're saying that I'm deciding to live with those characteristics.
I don't like it, but I can live with it.
Right.
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 I wish you would stop, but if you don't, we still okay. It's not a deal breaker. It's
right.
not,
we can still get married.
It's a yellow flag. It's not a red flag.
Right. Put your white dress on. How that song go?
Okay. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Y'all listen to that song? We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do this. That sounds like love, don't it?
That sounds about right.
We might need to do a one on love songs that aren't really love songs.
That would be a good one.
Love songs that really ain't
are
love
not
songs.
Love songs. That's a good one. That's good.
Let me hold you tight.
Right.
If only for one night. Okay.
What happening tomorrow?
What? Yeah.
Why
you only want to hold me tight for one night? Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay. Shout out to Luther. All right. So, what she says she doesn't like about Alonzo is that she never really knows if he's serious because he does play too much, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, everyone was being very truthful,
right? William was like, I don't like the fact that you black and you go tanning. He ain't say it like that, but that's kind of what he was saying.
He was saying.
That's kind of what he was saying.
Because I was like, you do what? That's not good for anybody's skin. Yeah.
Come to Arizona. You go outside for 5 seconds. You're gonna get yourself a tan.
Okay, as long as you live here.
Ask my right arm versus my left arm versus my right arm. Because when I'm driving, I have my left arm out the window. That side is darker
my complexion
than this side.
You two-toned black.
I am. So.
You two-tone black. So, and you know, the ex was kind of pushing back a little bit, like, "What do you mean you don't like her doing this? Right. Is her body." He's like, "No,
it's not about that.
It's not about that. I had a complex as a child because I was adopted, so I want to make sure she's not doing it because
There's an insecurity or something."
Correct.
Right.
Which I understood that, and I'm glad he did push a little bit so he could get an understanding.
Right.
Because
so she could get an understanding.
Right. Because yeah, any dude you dating and they don't care about what you doing your body when it's your body, like, so I really felt like the conversation was sincere.
Right.
I feel like everyone was being honest because don't be throwing out some stupid stuff, you know. Like, I don't like because her mascara, her one eyelash is bigger than the other eyelash. You know, something stupid.
I don't like the way she wear every other Thursday.
Right.
Okay. So, but she says about William, she doesn't like that he essentially like steps out or goes away to calm down. But he's also like, we're not really getting anywhere, so it's best to maybe reset, come back and have the conversation. And I think that that's wisdom. Sometimes if I'll say it this way, if all you've known may be toxic behavior, what I would call toxic behavior, where you just keep going and going, then yeah, someone stepping away and saying, let's take a breather, let's come back. It's not that we're not going to discuss it.
Right.
Let's just let our emotions, the emotion or the heat of the moment calm down.
Right.
And then we can come back and we can have a conversation about it so that we can come to a resolution. Because that to me helps towards a more healthy relationship. Then let's just keep going at it until somebody either gives in or gives up.
And setting a time frame.
Yes.
I think that's the most important.
Yes.
Because some people feel like if you step away, we won't finish this conversation. And it's something that's going to be lingering.
Yep.
So if you do decide to separate away, say, hey, give me an hour.
We'll come back and talk about it.
And I'll come back and then keep your word. When you say that you're going to come back in an hour, the person is trusting you and releasing you for that hour. Then in that hour, come back and say, okay, I'm ready to finish the conversation.
Yeah. So Mika has a meeting with Tommy, and I thought she was about to step out
because normally when we have these meetings, someone is deciding to exit the process. Right. But that's not the case.
No, she says she doesn't have any exes. Well, she has 2 exes. One
only
is
2.
Only 2.
Yeah. So I don't know if we want to be very specific in saying there's really only 2, unless she's been doing a lot of Netflix and chilling. Because one is her dad, the dad's father.
One is a father of one of her children.
Or 2. She got 2 boys.
2 children. No, she has a girl and a boy.
Oh.
She has a girl who's 18
and
a boy who's 6.
That's right.
So I'm assuming it's the 6-year-old. Well, she said boy.
Yeah,
boy.
She said
he's
boy.
only concerned. So I'm assuming also then that the 18-year-old's father is probably nowhere near in the picture.
Yeah.
And if we're honest, if it was 18 years ago, 17 years ago.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. She's probably grown a lot
time.
because she was 18 at the time, let's say.
Right.
So I get that.
Right.
She says that there's only been one other person.
Right.
And he's...
Well, she's like, I guess however the relationship ended.
It wouldn't be a good thing.
It wouldn't be a good thing. They don't talk to each other. Like, she got him blocked. She got him blocked on every social media there is. So which it's always good, to talk it through. Now, what I was surprised is that the men didn't come off really strongly as that a red flag for her. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself because Tommy did say that he's going to
step in
for her.
Tommy he's playing the role of ex-boyfriend.
Right. Which is good, He came in being uncle.
Yeah.
So
Vanessa does go and meet with her ex, Thomas, and Dominique and Chaz. We found out she used to work with her ex.
Oh, did we finish talking about? We just finished talking about Tommy. Are you doing it in order?
Yeah, I'm doing it in order.
Oh, okay.
That's where my notes is.
What?
Where my notes is set up.
Okay, because Alexis wasn't.
That was just a recap from last episode.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. Can I continue?
Go on.
Okay. So anyway, as is next on my notes.
Okay, note taker.
Vanessa meets with her ex, Thomas, Dominique, and with Chaz, right? Used to work with the ex. And long story short, Chaz is like, we got a good connection. Dominique is not really pursuing Vanessa the way she wants to be pursued. Chaz is like, look, I got stuff set up. I've got my life set up. I'm ready to have a wife. The ex is like, Chaz is your dude.
Well, I don't know what Dominique doing. Because I feel like that was a late bloom between the both of them.
Yeah, because Dominique initially, who was he? Initially, it seemed like he was connecting first with Mika, but that really didn't work out.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting who else.
Because he wants to have kids.
He wants to have kids.
And then what's the one that I had to leave early out of the process?
Laylian or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
So,
other than that, I really didn't see him have a connection.
There was but he was trying to build a connection, but it was late. And
he's slow. He's a slow connector.
Now, if you remember, like a couple of episodes ago, I did say that of the guys between him and Chaz, they seem to have it most together.
Yeah.
So Dominique still, I think, has it together. I just don't know if there was someone that really caught his attention, or if this is just the way he operates, or if he's just overwhelmed by the process and may not know what pursuit looks like in this environment.
Right. Maybe he kind of focuses on one person at a time. Maybe.
It's possible. Either way, the ex-boyfriend was like, Chaz is your man. Okay. Maya goes on a date with her ex and William and Justin. Now, the thing that struck me was, I don't know that William or Justin really seem like her type when I see her ex-boyfriend. That's just me.
I understand where you're coming from. And as we talk to the boyfriend, we find that she has a certain lifestyle. And what I mean by that, we understand what she does for a living. She's in IT and she's in consulting. She's getting paid.
Yep.
Okay. And she does say, I take care of my own stuff.
Right. So she's not looking for a handout. She's not looking for a hand up. She's just looking for somebody, right?
No, but what we're not understanding, she said when she has to take care of herself. But when someone's going to be asking her out on a date, she probably has a certain restaurant that she goes to. There's stars.
And it ain't Applebee's. And it's not, what was it, Cheesecake
Factory?
I know that is off limit to some of y'all that's dating.
Man, I would love someone and to buy my cheesecake. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You rolling if you can buy cheesecake too.
I got a friend who says that he I think he was joking, but he said he don't date nobody that don't like cheesecake.
So my thing is this. I think what the ex-boyfriend was saying is like, look, when you call her for a date,
it ain't a Happy Meal date.
You gonna pay for the date. Okay?
It's not Applebee's. It's not Fridays.
It's not Fridays.
Not even Cheddar's.
Okay? We ain't doing the coupon, the 2 for 20.
So Justin on his teacher salary is like, whoa.
We're like, hold on. I thought we were gonna be able to go to In and Out. Right. I'm a P.
I'm not a professor.
Right. And I'm not coaching on the side.
I'm not tenured.
Right. That's why they got PE teacher, and then you coach on the side to make some extra.
I teach kids to do flips all day. That's what I do.
No, to do cartwheels.
Yes.
And to go up ropes.
And have open gym. And I just sit there and say, hey, stop that horsing around. That's what he does.
That's where my salary at. So the brother started sweating.
The way my bank account is set up.
Right. It's connected to my savings account. Which disconnects to my checking account when it's overdrawn.
And my Cash App looking kind of lean right now.
Right.
So
he said, I got a red flag. It's not a red flag, but you have to understand if a person has a certain lifestyle.
It's definitely not green. I can tell you that. It is not a green flag.
I get it.
William was on there like, hey, I got military benefits.
Right. I got military.
I got money. Pension.
I got VA loans I can take out. I got you.
We're ready to go to that house.
Got me.
Don't worry, we ain't got to do FHA. I got that VA mortgage coming your way.
Right. He said, and I get a military discount when I go to the restaurant.
Listen, we can go on base and we can get some soap and toilet tissue. That's what we can do.
That's what we can do, man.
And I could hook you up with a mess hall meal.
Okay.
Some MREs too. I got you.
Because she was saying when my ex was talking about money, William didn't even sweat.
We were like, look,
He said, I got several hustles.
I got hustle man from the fifth floor.
Right? Saying,
that's two different characters. I know it's two different characters from Martin. Hustle man and the fifth floor man was two different guys. I know, I get it.
Oh my God. PE man was sweating. He said, what? Where are we gonna have to go?
He was sweating more that dinner than he do in gym class.
He said, we gotta go where? To do what?
Will?
Bless his heart.
So the ex-boyfriend was like, just follow your heart. And your heart is not going to lead you.
To your pocket.
To the PE teacher. So follow your heart. If your heart leads you out of here,
man,
it'll lead you out of here.
They're going to lead you out here.
So, all right. So Rashina goes on a date with her ex-husband, who is also the father of her children or child.
Her 2 children.
Okay, for her 2 children. He comes in. She starts clowning his shirt.
It was sparkly.
It was sparkly. Like he was supposed to be on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Oh my God. But then she's like, okay, we ain't married, so I ain't worried about, like, you look good.
I ain't the one to dress you, and we ain't looking, we ain't booed up, so you can dress however you want to.
Right. He was like, thank you. Thank you. But at least they have a good relationship, right? Because when you have kids involved, you want to make sure that the parents are getting along.
Co-parenting is highly important, right?
And it's good, especially when she's saying, hey, this is the person I'm interested. Right. Sooner or later, this person may be around the kids. So I want you're okay with this.
Yes. We've seen that before where it's a good conversation to have, especially, I think it was last season.
I think so.
Where the who was it, 3 Chainz? He looked like 2 Chainz, but he was 3 Chainz. Y'all remember last season? Oh Bruh man had like 4 chains, and he still wanted that, whatever the young lady's name was.
I forgot her name.
So anyway, long story short, Chaz shows up. She is concerned about her communication sometimes with Chaz.
I just don't think he's that interested.
I don't think he's that into her. I think he's more looking at Vanessa. I think so that's more his style and his speed.
Yeah, I really do.
So. Because I think Chaz is still older than Vanessa, but Vanessa still comes off as mature.
Yes, because Vanessa said that while they were there, like, he's older than me.
Right. And Rashina, I think, is old. Rashina is younger than Chaz as well.
Yes, I believe so.
But I think that just, again, personality-wise, I think that Vanessa is more mature, at least coming off as Rashina. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just got different personalities.
And it maybe not mature. Mature is not the right word. Maybe the personality is more. Vanessa's personality is more laid back, if you will.
Yeah,
and that seems to be a better fit, in my opinion, for Chaz. Than Rashina.
Yeah, because Rashina seems more outgoing.
Yes,
she may want to get out more.
Yeah,
where Vanessa seems like she might be more of a homebody.
Correct. And I mean, still going out, but not clubbing.
Right.
Right.
And well, yeah.
And that might be LaRon's type of thing. All right. So anyway, Mika meets up with LaRon and Justin, which,
I don't think is a good fit. LaRon, like,
I think Mika's chances are. I don't think there's anything there for Mika.
Well, let's start with when Uncle Tommy comes in.
Yes.
Because we finally getting to them.
Yes.
They were like, whoa, LaRon doesn't have any sense to know. He was like,
no, let me, first of all, LaRon doesn't have any sense, period. And then go ahead, and LaRon doesn't have any sense to what? Go ahead.
You said it. I'm trying to be nice. You said it.
LaRon ain't. Listen, LaRon, I got no issues with LaRon. Okay. LaRon he ain't got no sense. Bro, man, listen. You welcome on the show. You welcome to come talk to us. We not bashing or anything. I'm just saying sometimes you ain't got no sense. I'm thinking back to when you chose that catfish over whoever you were on that date with.
Oh,
you ain't got no sense sometimes, bro.
that catfish.
It looked good.
I'm gonna go to Dallas. I'm about to get that fish.
We are, but
we're gonna get that fish because he was loving on it. He was loving,
making love to that fish.
He was on that fish. You want some of this? Good.
Anyway, go ahead. Your statement on LaRon.
Oh my God! So he like, whoa, was Tommy ex-boyfriend? And Tommy's like, all right, y'all, I'm not the ex-boyfriend, but because Mika came to me saying that right at this point there is no ex to bring, that I'm gonna ask the questions,
right?
Which I feel like is appropriate because sometimes as women we don't know what the right questions to ask and when to ask them.
Yeah.
So I think it was great to see Tommy step in that role again. I think that brings the authenticity, excuse me, of the show again, right? That hey, I really want Black people to find love.
Right.
So when they get started, he asked the question. What was his question?
One of his questions was that I have down is, how did your last relationship end?
Yes.
What's his name? LaRon was like, they just weren't working out, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And he asked it back to her, and she said because he was a gamer.
And LaRon was like, oh, you play games? What game you play? What? Because LaRon was like, yeah.
He's like, I'm a gamer.
I'm a gamer. She's like, oh no. She's like, but she was like, it was excessive. He's like, yeah, sometimes I would take, if it's a game that just come out, I'll take a day off from work. Bro, man, if she told you, this is why I say LaRon ain't got no sense sometimes.
You being honest.
If she just said she broke up with her last boyfriend, he was a gamer, it was excessive. Why? Why, oh why, on God's green earth, with the cattle on 1,000 hills?
You proud of it?
Why would you then just volunteer that, yeah, you take days off when a new game comes out?
You proud of it? I mean, I think this informs you that, he's been living single, no responsibility, with no kids. And so he has the ability, the flexibility, if he wants to take off, to take off. And I feel like Mika, she's been living an adult life for a very long time.
For probably about 18 years.
So, so for her to have kids young and feel like she's always had a responsibility, she's like, this is not fit for my children to see that you take off a day of work to play a video game.
Her 6-year-old could be like, look, Ma, SpongeBob just came out. Can I go ahead and take off from school? Because SpongeBob just came out.
Right. So, and he didn't see anything wrong with it, which again, right, because you only take care of yourself.
Tommy was trying to help him, but he just...
Nope.
He was like, okay, okay, go for it. So, yeah.
So, who was with her other connection? Is Justin. And again, Justin is more mature in the sense of being a PE teacher, so he understands the responsibility of having children.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm just like, we go from one extreme with Justin to the next. So
he's this mature. Might be in his budget.
But it's contrasting too, right?
Right.
Because we were talking about don't look like he a fit for Maya with being a PE teacher and the budget. But now with Mika's like, he's the more mature one between him and LaRon.
I mean,
so Justin winning out based upon who he's sitting next to. When it comes to money and what's important. When it comes
what's
to money,
important to people, right.
He not up there on Williams' level.
Right.
When it comes to maturity, he is light years ahead next to LaRon.
He's teaching kids. And not saying that all teachers are mature. I'm not trying to say that, but he comes off that there's a level of maturity in him.
I give you that.
Because the next question was talking about how you deal with conflict and resolving it, right? Because obviously, again, she's telling you through the questions
what's important to her.
What's important to her.
What has caused the relationship to fail before.
Correct. So LaRon, like, he sound like a typical dude, so we have a fight in that morning. So I leave the house and then I start texting.
I check the temperature.
Check the temperature. Are we good or are we not good? Is she sending me, you know, lovey heart emojis or is there is there memes and stuff like that she still hates me? That's not how you do that.
And Lauren, if I'm wrong, tell me. But Lauren might be the one that texts WID, what you doing? HMU, hit me up. We good, LOL.
That sounds about right. Like you might be pegging him right now. Where on the other hand, here is Justin says, we're going to resolve it that morning, even if I have to be late for work.
Because, well, it don't matter because PE don't really happen until like third period, fourth period, something like that.
No, but he probably has to start early. He's supposed to probably be there at 9. Like
for morning recess?
Yes, for the kindergartners. You get them in the morning. You get older kids. You get older kids in the afternoon. After lunch, you get younger kids in the morning because they only got a half a day.
Because they can only play Duck, Duck, Goose early in the morning, right?
Well, they got half a day, so you got to get them early.
Got to get the okay.
Right. Then after lunch, you get the older kids. You got to keep them busy because they don't even pay PE teachers like that
down,
anymore.
Thumbs up, 7 up.
Right. So he's like telling he laying it on thick, right? He's trying to stay in his budget. And so, you know, he's telling her, look, if I got to call in, you know, because I don't want to go into work and deal with them kids, I'd rather know that I have peace so I don't snap on a child.
And have a whole other issue.
Right, having a whole other issue.
Yes.
We're going to deal with our issues. So when I go to PE, I ain't making kids run back and forth on the wall or playing dodgeball.
Right, where I'm throwing the ball
and
hitting them.
Right.
Because I'm mad.
Right.
Because I'm mad.
See somehow them adults start helping Charlie to throw the ball.
Okay.
He's trying to aim it at heads.
So Tommy doesn't really give his. He just kind of says, you got to do what you got to do.
Right. I think he gave some advice off camera.
I think he was like, look.
Don't pick Joker over here. Stay away from gamers who text you. The temperature was going on. And I feel, again, if she wants someone that's going to think about her child, because that's another thing.
Right.
She doesn't bring her child around everyone, which I think is smart,
exactly.
right?
Yes.
You know, that's the best way to keep your child safe as possible.
Keep their heart.
Because she does mention that the previous ex, her son fell in love with as well, and it was heartbroken, breaking that they're no longer together.
Right.
So I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Especially, you're 6 years old.
Yeah.
So.
Any games, right? So they could probably play games
together. Mommy, I can't play PlayStation.
Right. You got to do it online.
Okay. Alonzo meets up with Patrice. And he says he shut down the whole museum. Now, I don't know. Y'all in Dallas, it's the Perot Museum. I looked it up. There are memberships and stuff like that. I don't know if they just avoided cameras or if he got in before all the school kids got in there. I get maybe he got there before Justin led the field trip to bring the kids to the museum.
Because it can be pricey. And he said he a claims adjuster. I'm a claims adjuster. I don't know how much it costs to close a whole museum down, not a part.
Right.
He said the whole museum.
Right. More than likely, Will Packer was like, look, can we just go ahead and just
we're giving you free advertisement.
Can we get in 10 minutes before everything open up?
Yeah, we'll give free advertisement, right? Because it is. He got a large audience with Ready to Love.
So anyway, long story short, he does come off a little more serious in this conversation.
Does he?
I said a little more. I choose
my
words very carefully.
Just a little.
He's not as silly all the way through as he normally is. He did come off a little more serious, but then he had to, at the end, he gets on the knee. It's like, oh, I got to tie my shoe.
I just don't see him possibly ready for marriage. You know, I think he's not ready to settle down based off of him being so playful to the point where someone knows when he's playing and not playing.
Yeah.
Because when I'm talking about serious things like getting married, starting a family, which I think she says that's the things that she desires, then he doesn't come off that way to me.
Right. It's one thing to joke and play around, right?
Yeah.
We do that in our relationship,
Yeah.
right? But I also know that and sometimes I've gone too far.
Oh, yeah,
right?
you've gone too far.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But when it's time to have a conversation, we have a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we have a serious conversation. And especially early on in our relationship when we were considering what we, we had deep conversations. There was no, you play too much.
No, but you would try to throw me off.
I would, because I had
you
to,
would try to throw. You'd be throwing some wrenches in there. You know, but it didn't come off playful. It just came off more intriguing.
Yes.
Like, okay, where are you coming from?
Yep.
So
gotta ask some questions.
So for him, I would say, how well can he stay consistent in that manner? Because you could take note of that and do it a couple times, but can you actually change? And I don't want to say change, improve in that area.
Right. Because if that's how you are in relationships,
that's why they're not really.
Yeah. So
okay, let's keep
we'll see.
We'll see.
Now, I mean, I think it's obvious they're going to go to the end together, but it'll be interesting to see what happens at the reunion with them.
Well, because William has a couple more. He hasn't dwelled down here. I don't know. Is she really, really ready to settle down? Because I would think she would try to be a little bit more leaning towards William, but I see her leaning a lot
towards Alonzo.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, ladies have their lounge. Y'all know pretty much. It's gotten to the point now where we know who's vibing with who's not. And sometimes the person I'm not feeling or what have you, it's just there was no connection from the beginning. So it's not as if something happened that all of a sudden makes them not be connecting, right?
Yeah.
So Maya meets up with Dominique, and Dominique was like, Maya, who that? He said he didn't know her from a can of paint. He's like, wait, which one is she?
That's bad, right?
When there's only 10 ladies, and they keep going down each week.
Well, and it's down to 5.
Right.
And that means you're not connecting and talking to anyone.
Right.
If you don't even know who's calling you and who you going on a date with, you couldn't even go back and look at the mixer where you took photos at who you talked to. Bro.
He probably still got what's her name in his phone. He probably still got what's her name, April.
Yeah. In
his phone, texting her still. So anyway,
see you at the next mixer.
See you at the next mixer. We about to head up to the mansion.
Oh my God.
So, Vanessa meets up with Alonzo, right?
That was an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
So
this is what I'm talking about.
Alonzo evidently sent information to Vanessa about his grand gesture of shutting down the museum that he did for Patrice. Why?
Because to me, that's giving friend zone vibes, right? Like if you're saying, hey, this is what I did for so-and-so, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's like if we're all in this process together, there's not anyone who of the opposite sex. So at this stage, it's either I'm interested in you and moving forward, or we cool, but I'm not really trying to engage with you and text you if there's nothing there, right?
Well, and this is where I was confused, because then she was like, so are you trying to pursue me? And he was like, yeah, I'm interested in you.
That's what made it even more weird, was because he does say he's interested in her. So it's like you do this grand gesture for Patrice, and then you send the information to Vanessa, almost not as if to say they're friends, but almost to say, hey, I can do this for you too.
I see what you're saying.
Because it's like, if you're saying that you're interested in her, why are you sending her what you did for some other woman?
Are you trying to say, okay, so I hear you, that he's trying to set him up as this good guy that he can be serious. So he's saying, oh, I can be serious. See what I did for Patrice. That's what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
So long story short, Dominique is talking with Maya, and he says that she looks like she's married to, was it William or Justin? I forgot who she said.
It was William.
Yeah. Which
she was like, what? First of all, you don't even remember who I was, but now I'm booed up.
So long story short, Dominique's gone home.
He need to go home. He's talking about, I know, I'm going to find mine. I said, find yours on your own, baby.
And he is free to text April all day long. Or whoever else he wants to text. He just ain't texting Vanessa.
No, or Maya.
Or Maya, especially Maya.
No. She was in
Not
his
that
phone.
he got Maya's. He might have Maya put in as his contacts.
It's probably. I don't know what this dude was thinking. It was like he wasn't present.
No. So that's it for this one. Next week is the infamous Getaway.
The Getaway.
Which y'all know already. The Getaway weekend always messes up people.
It is messy.
Because you have the opportunity to see who else they connecting with in your face.
In your face. And Chaz, he was doing so good up to now. The candy came across his face and he's like, it's just too good, not the taste.
So yes.
Them women set him up.
So that's it for this one. Yeah. We'll see y'all next week. We promise we will see y'all next week.
You promise, right?
I promise. We got to make sure we do this. But we'll see y'all next week. Have a great one. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.